How y'all doing, good people? I hope y'all are having a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening. I want to talk with you today about what they're not telling you about becoming a millionaire. But before I dive into that, got two things I want you guys to do for me. Number one is hit that like button as soon as you come into the live stream, as soon as you start watching the video. Hit that like button. It allows YouTube to share this video, this live stream with more people. We want to add as many people as we can to our community, guys, and hitting that like button helps me do that. So please do me a big favor, hit that like button. It is really appreciated. The second thing is, if you want up to 12 free stocks, Webull is going to give you up to 12 free stocks when you open a new Webull brokerage account. Put any amount of money in that brokerage account. They're going to give you up to 12 free stocks for just trying out the brokerage app. There's a link down in the description box of this video. Click on that Webull link. Open up that new Webull account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. Also, I'm going to send you a Webull tutorial video to walk you through how to use the Webull app to make your first trade. All you got to do is DM me on Instagram at RichardFain28. Let me know you've opened the Webull account. You've funded your Webull account. And I'm going to send you that free Webull tutorial video so you can start buying your favorite companies, buying your favorite ETFs, and start building wealth for yourself. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about what they're not telling you about becoming a millionaire. See, a lot of these YouTubers, including myself, we talk about this concept of building wealth and becoming a millionaire. But the truth of the matter is, most people never become a millionaire. And the reason I believe most people don't become a millionaire is because they have a false sense of what becoming a millionaire entails or what it means or how do you get there. So I'm going to give you exactly how to get there. Now, I'm not knocking people who make videos about, oh, you got to be a go-getter. Oh, you got to have great time management. Oh, you got to believe in yourself. Oh, you got to be aggressive. You got to be a great networker. I'm not knocking that. But they're missing the main ingredient to becoming a millionaire, in my opinion. And the main ingredient to become a millionaire is good old-fashioned greenback, money. As Ben Mallow would say, money, money. That's the thing that most of these people who make videos on social media about becoming a millionaire, that's the number one thing they really don't talk about. You got three ways, in my opinion, to become a millionaire. You got the fast way, you got the average way, and then you got the slow way. Normally, the fast way is going to be between 5 and 10 years. You're a millionaire. The average way is going to be somewhere between 10 and 20 years. And then the slow way is going to be 20 years plus. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys the fast way and the slow way, because those are the two ways I did it. I became a millionaire twice. Let's start with the slow way. That typically entails someone having a job where they're trading time for money. They have a cap on the amount of money that they can make, right? Because they get paid for time. You give me 8 hours, Richard, we're going to give you a paycheck for this much. I don't care if you give us 10 hours, we're only going to pay you for 8. Having that in mind, since I had a cap on my income at 26 years old, I said, well, how in the world am I going to create wealth? How am I going to become a millionaire? I started taking $300 a month, $150 every 2 weeks from my check and started investing it in the stock market. That was a slow snail's pace, but that's all I had. Remember, I was working for someone. I was making someone else wealthy. They were paying me for my time. I had a cap on the income I could make. So the $300 per month is all I had to invest in my 401k. But that was the first investment I started making to become a millionaire. But I knew at $300 a month, it was going to take me 20 plus years to do that. But I had no other choice because I had no other option. My skill set was limited. So I had to start off at the bottom, working, trading time for money, taking a small portion of that money, putting it in something like the stock market to multiply it. The second thing I did was I started buying some real estate, right? About 30 years old. So I was 4 years into working for someone else, trading time for money, had a cap on my salary because they would never pay me more than what I thought I was worth. They were going to pay me what they thought I was worth because I was working for them. I was making them wealthy. But in the process, I was taking a portion of my money that I was earning, trying to make me wealthy, trying to get myself to become a millionaire. Fast forward, I did that process of working for someone else, taking a portion of the money that I was earning, putting it in assets like the real estate, like the stock market, and then over the 20-year period, those investments continued to grow and grow and grow, and after 20 years, I became a millionaire. But for 20 years, I worked for someone. I made someone else wealthy. But in the process, I was smart enough to take some of that money that they were paying me to make myself wealthy. And that's where a lot of us miss. A lot of us miss that. A lot of us miss that. But all along, during that 20 years of trading time for money and working for someone else to make them wealthy, I learned a few things. One of the things I learned was if I truly wanted to build wealth and I wanted to do it fast, then I had to find a way to make money without a cap on the amount of money I could make. And that's called getting paid for results, not time. So that leads me to the fast way to become a millionaire. So after 20 years, actually 25 years of working for someone else, I decided enough is enough. I've built my net worth to over $1 million in a 20-year period. But that's not where I want to stop. I want more. I want to build more wealth. But I don't want to do it working for someone else. I want to do it, but I want to do it in a way that I get paid for my results, not for my time. So in December of 2019, I decided to quit my six-figure banking career and go out on my own so that I can not have a cap on the amount of money that I make. So I started a company called RF Financial Consulting. Many of you guys were there from the beginning. You became subscribers of this YouTube channel in 2019. Tail end of 2019 when I was just getting ready to make that leap from working for someone else to working for myself and creating a situation where I could accelerate my growth when it comes to my net worth and to getting to financial freedom. Already had a level of wealth, but it took me 20 plus years to get there, and that's the slow way. Nothing wrong with that, guys. Most Americans that become millionaires go about it the slow way. But most Americans who go about it the slow way to become a millionaire typically work for someone else. They're trading time for money. They're just smart enough to understand they can take a portion of their money, invest it over the long haul, and become millionaires. I was one of those people. So I started this journey of recreating myself and becoming a millionaire faster. I wanted to do it again, but I wanted to do it in less time. So I said, you know something? I'm going to give myself 3 years. I want to become a millionaire in 3 years. Now, the only way I was able to do that is because I found a problem that needed solving. And I came up with a solution to solve that problem. And I will tell all people out there who want to build wealth and they want to build it fast. And when I say fast, I'm talking about 5 to 10 years or less, right? If you want to build wealth fast, you have to figure out a way to make money and scale that money quickly. Normally, you're not going to do that working for someone else unless you are a highly, highly, highly compensated individual. Normally, you got to be an entrepreneur to do that. And an entrepreneur is not like your prototypical entrepreneur, someone who has a brick and mortar building and they produce widgets and gadgets. It's not like that in today's world. You can be an entrepreneur with no brick and mortar, with no employees, with no nothing but an iPhone. I'm an entrepreneur, guys, and I have none of that stuff. The only thing I have as an entrepreneur is my skill set and this iPhone 13 Pro. That's it. That's it. And I've made over $1 million in 3 years just by solving a problem that people needed solving. And I came up with a solution. So the point of me telling you that is you don't need all of this other stuff that you think you need in order to go out and get paid for your results. What you need is to be able to solve problems for people that need those problems solved. And then you need to find those people. I found those people through social media. I started making videos, 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos, talking about building wealth, sharing my experiences over 25 years and how I built my wealth, how I worked in the banking industry. But I took my money I was making in the banking industry and I started putting it in the stock market and real estate. I started doing videos like that every single day, putting them up on YouTube. I didn't have any subscribers, but I knew there was a problem out there that people needed solving, and that problem was financial literacy. People lacked financial literacy. I had a bunch of it. All I had to do was figure out a way to make people aware that I had a bunch of financial literacy education I could share with them. Once I started doing that, the floodgates opened. See, I knew the market I was going after was a 4.5 billion people market, because that's how many people have access to the internet in this world. So I said to myself, if I can get on a platform or several platforms where I can reach this 4.5 billion people, there's a potential some of those folks are going to like what I'm saying. And guess what? They're going to stick around. They're going to subscribe. They're going to follow me. And guess what happened? Exactly what I thought. See, I didn't have a whole bunch of money to start RF Financial Consulting, even though I had money, because I had put 25 years in building wealth to make my first million. It took me 20 years to make my first million, but it took me 3 years to make my second million. Matter of fact, more than a million. My point is, what was the difference? What was the difference between the Richard Fain that it took 20 years to build his first million and the Richard Fain that took him 3 years to build the second million? What was the difference? See, the difference was in the slow scenario to 1 million, I didn't get paid for my results. I got paid for time, right? I got paid a salary to give a company 40 hours a week. Now, if I worked 60, that was on me. They were only going to pay me for 40. I had a cap on my income, right? So the income that I did make, I could only take a small portion of it to invest to multiply it. So it took me longer to get to a millionaire. The fast approach to a million, guess what? I changed it up. Now, I'm not working with a cap on top of my earning potential. Now I'm working for results. There is no cap. I just got to be smart enough to find a problem that needs solving, find a big enough population of people I can solve that problem for, and then there's no cap on the amount of money that I can make. Plus, I don't have to work as hard, right? That's what I figured out. That's the difference between the slow approach to 1 million and the fast approach to 1 million. You have to decide which approach you want to take. Now, if you take the average approach, which is basically 10 years to 20 years, you're basically between the two, right? Maybe you are a commissioned salesperson, or maybe you are some high income individual working at a company where they're giving you some partial ownership. Maybe you're one of these people that say, you know something, I don't want to run extremely hard and get there in 3 years, or get there in 5 years, or get there in 10. I'm okay getting there in 15, right? Maybe you're that person. See, I wasn't a highly compensated person when I started my career in banking. I was a low compensated person. So I couldn't imagine myself getting there any faster than 20 years. Plus, at that time, I just didn't have enough ambition to want to do it any faster, right? I didn't have the ambition. I was okay with being a regular schmegular employee. I was okay with that. I didn't know any better. I lacked financial literacy at that time. So I can understand why 80% of Americans work for someone else, right? I get it, because a lot of us just don't know. But once I got into banking and I started figuring out, whoa, these people that I'm working with, my customers, these people are multi-millionaires, and they're no smarter than I am. But what they figured out was work without a cap on your earnings. And most of them were entrepreneurs that did that. Now, I did have some highly skilled professionals, doctors, lawyers, some business owners who I worked with. But I can tell you this. Those people had one thing in common. They didn't have a cap on the amount of money that they could generate. They didn't. They got paid for the results. So that's what I learned. Building wealth over 20 years to make my first million. I learned that the way you get there faster is you cannot have a cap on your earning potential. You have to work for results. You have to figure out a way to get paid for your results, not get paid for your the time that you spend doing something. Because why? Most of us gonna run out of time. We can't work 24 hours a day, guys. Physically, I can't work 24 hours a day. Physically, you can't work 24 hours a day. But guess what though? I can put one of these videos up on YouTube. I can put reels up on Instagram and TikTok and, Twitter. And those videos and those reels, my affiliate marketing activities, where I put my links everywhere that I'm on social media platforms. All of that stuff works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So I'm getting paid when I'm sleeping. I'm getting paid when I'm out taking a nice walk in the morning. I'm getting paid no matter what I'm doing. I'm getting paid 24 hours a day because I've figured out a way to not get paid for my time. I get paid for results. And that's how you get to become a millionaire in year 1, year 2, year 3, right? Or you certainly can take the long route that I took when I initially made my first million, where it takes you 20 years. You can work for someone else. You can have a cap on the amount of money that you make. You can take a small portion of it. You can invest it consistently. And then at some point in the distant future, you'll become a millionaire. But see, the problem with that 20-year process is people ain't got enough patience. They have no patience. That's why in America, you don't have that many people that are millionaires. And when you do look at the millionaires in this country, 88% of them are what? Self-made. They're individuals who did not have a cap on their income earning potential. They got paid for their results. Do the research. Go look for yourself. Don't take my word for it. But I'm telling you from a guy that did it both ways. I did it the slow way to a millionaire, and I've done it the fast way to become a millionaire. And guess what? The fast way is better. And like I told you earlier, you can be a really good networker. You can be really good at time management. You can be the nicest person in the world. You can be all of those things. But that doesn't mean you'll become a millionaire. Your number one ingredient, your number one tool to build wealth and become a millionaire is your income. I know a lot of people I've worked with, a lot of customers I've worked with had terrible time management, terrible networkers, not really good people. I mean, just not nice people. And guess what? They're millionaires anyways. Why? Because they understood it had nothing really to do with all of that. It had to do with their ability to create this. Mucho dinero, money, as Ben Mallet would say, money. It's directly as a result of their ability to generate and scale money quickly. And then what they did with that money. That was the second part of it, right? I can scale money quickly. I can make money quickly. But what am I doing with that money? Am I taking that money and spending it on things I don't need to make someone else wealthy? Or am I putting that money in assets that can grow it and multiply it? That's the key too. See, you got a lot of highly compensated individuals out there that make in excess of $1 million a year in money, income, but they keep none of it. They spend it all, right? So if you're going to become a millionaire, you got to keep it. You can't just make $1 million and then you spend it all. You're not a millionaire. I mean, you have the potential to be a millionaire, but you're not a millionaire unless you keep it, right? You got to keep it. See, there is no cap on your income earning potential if you work for results, guys. So find out a way to get paid for your results, right? I just found a way to get paid for my results based on my skill level that I had. Some of you may not have the same skill set I have, but you have another skill set. Figure out what it is. Try different things. Figure out what your skill set is. And here's the test. Can I solve problems for people, right? Are there problems out there I can solve with my solution? That's what I always tell people. Oh, what do I need to do to start a business? First thing you need to figure out is there a problem out there that people have that I can solve for them? And if it is, then the second question is, do I have a solution to solve that problem? And then how do I make people aware of my solution to solve their problem? Right? That's what you need. You don't necessarily need a bunch of money all the time to start a business. Like I told you, RF Financial Consulting, I started it with no money, really. I invested about $400 in a camera. And then I would set that camera up on a little tripod stick and I'd shoot my videos. Right in my house, on my patio, wherever I was, I would just shoot my videos and talk with people about financial freedom and give them concrete examples of how to get there. Like I said, ain't nothing wrong with all this lovey-dovey, nice person. Oh, you got to be a great networker. Oh, let me show you how to network. That's all great, guys. But I know plenty of people who are great networkers. I know plenty of people who, like I said, are the sharpest people you want to meet. But they're still broke. They're still not millionaires. They're still not at freedom. Why? Because they missed the fundamental, most important ingredient, money. Like I told you, man, if you miss that, you're not going to be a millionaire. I don't care how good you are at what you think you do. If you don't have no money, if you ain't got the ability to generate and scale money, income, you can't become a millionaire. Now, everybody's aspiration is not to become a millionaire, and I get that. A lot of people I know are going to drop comments, well, I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to be. Then, hey, man, be whatever you want to be. For me, though, yeah, I understand money is not going to make me happy, but you know something, what money does do for me, what net worth does for me, what wealth does for me, it gives me more time, more freedom, and more choices in my life. That's what I need. I need more time, more freedom, and more choices in my life, right? I don't want to be, under the thumb of some employer for the rest of my life. I don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck for the rest of my life. I don't want to be in a situation where if I get sick and can't work, I'm financially ruined. See, I don't need that. And none of that got to do with being rich. But it does have everything to do with being secure and at peace and not a bunch of financial stress in my life. See, that's what I needed. I never had aspirations to be some, the richest man in my town or the richest person in the. I never had those goals or aspirations. The goal I had was get myself to a point where I got enough wealth that I get to control 100% of my time and I get to control my own financial destiny. That's the level of wealth I wanted. But the only way I could get that level of wealth was I had to be smart. I had to figure out a way to build assets to a point where they would generate passive income. And the first shot at it, it took me 20 years because I was wet behind the ears, didn't know anything about money, didn't know anything about finances, didn't have the right behavior with money. So it took me 20 years to figure that out and make it happen. But that second time around, when I already had been through all of that, and I had already gathered somewhat of a level of experience, I knew exactly what to do. So that's what I talk to you guys about every day on this YouTube videos, is about exactly what to do. It's about income. Don't get caught up in all of this, all this other stuff. Oh God, I got to work on my time management skills. Oh golly, I just don't network enough. I'm gonna get out there and network more. No, what you need to figure out is how to scale your income, right? How to scale your income. If I'm spending 20 hours a week running around town trying to network with everybody and crossing my fingers that they'll send me a lead, that's the wrong way to do it, man. That's the wrong way to do it. right? That's the wrong way to do it. I think you're better off, whatever your industry is. Let's say you're a real estate agent and you are trying to sell more real estate. You're trying to get people to buy more real estate from you, or people to list their homes with you so that you can get a commission, right? Buy or sell. Instead of me running around town to every little real estate meeting, instead of me doing all of that, I get online. I start making videos. That's what I would do. I'd start making videos about my real estate ability to sell your house or help you find a house. And I start plugging them on every social media platform I could, right? And that would be my outreach. And I would just keep doing that, hammering it day in and day out. I'm telling you, if you do that, it'll work. You can apply that to any industry, any area of business. You can take social media, the power of the internet, and accelerate and collapse time frames. You can. I did it, guys. I did it. I did it in 3 years. Year one, out of the gate. Year one, wet behind the ears, green, didn't even know how to turn on a camera. I made 200K. Year one on YouTube, 200K. Year two, I made 500K. Year three, I made 750K. Walking around with an iPhone, shooting videos, solving problems for people through the internet. That's all I did. Why can't you do the same thing in your industry? You can, but you got to get out here and just do it. Don't worry about all this other stuff. Oh, golly, I don't have the right camera. Oh, I don't have the right microphone. I gotta get a nose job. I gotta get my teeth better. Don't worry about any of that crap. I don't worry about any of that crap. I just get out here and deliver the message, and it works. So what I'm telling you is if you want to get to millionaire status fast, you cannot work for time. You cannot trade time for money and get there fast unless you're a super, super, super highly paid skill set. But if you're a regular employee like I was, it'll never happen for you, right? Not in 1, 3, 5 years. It won't do it. You got to be able to flip that and figure out how to get paid for your results. If you figure out how to get paid for your results, you have a good chance of doing it fast. If you decide, no, I don't want to do that, Richard, I'm okay with doing it slow, then I just gave you the blueprint. Take your $300, $400, $500, $600 a month, stick it in your 401k, stick it in a taxable brokerage account, stick it on a Roth IRA, and just do that for the next 15 to 20 years, man, consistently, and you'll be a millionaire. That's what I did. Or, not even or, and start side hustles. Start earning some money on the side and then taking that money and putting it aside until you build up enough money to put a down payment on a piece of real estate. You need to have decent credit, guys. Nobody gonna lend you no money to buy real estate for income if you ain't got decent credit. I don't care what these guys tell you on the internet. I don't care what they tell you on the internet. You're gonna need decent credit, right? If you're gonna do it right. You're gonna need decent credit. You're gonna need proof of income. You're gonna need down payment money. This notion of you don't need any of those things, and I'm gonna teach you how to buy multi-unit apartment complexes where you don't use any of your money, you don't use any of your credit, Listen, man, that's a lie. You're gonna need some credit. You're gonna need some down payment money, and you're gonna need proof of income. So that's the slow way. That's the slow way I did it over 20 years. Little bit of money in 401k taxable brokerage account every month, tucking money aside, buying a piece of real estate every 2 years, holding that real estate until the equity went up in it. And then in 20 years' time, boom, millionaire. That's what I did. The second time around, I didn't do that route. I said, no, I'm gonna take the cap off my income earnings. I'm gonna get paid for my results, and I'm gonna do it quick. I'm just knock it out and keep going. And that's what I did, right? Started my own company, found a problem that needed solving. I presented a solution to the market that would solve that problem. The market accepted it, and I went off to the races. No cap on my income earnings. I can make as much as I want to make. It's infinite. That's the position you need to be in if you want to do it fast. Drop me some comments and let me know what you think about that. Also, if you want them 12 free stocks from Webull, guys, listen, why would you pass up a world-class brokerage app that I use every single day? They're going to give you up to 12 free stocks for just trying out the brokerage app, right? You can put any amount of money in that brokerage app to get started. You got $5 fractional share trading. You got automatic investing, right? Set it up and forget it until you want to turn it off. Click on that link down in the description box and open up that Webull account. I'm going to send you a free tutorial video if you just send me a DM on Instagram at RichardFain28 and let me know you opened the Webull account, you funded it. I'm going to send you a free Webull tutorial video to give you the basics on how to use that app to start buying ETFs in individual stocks. Listen, guys, financial freedom, millionaire status, financial security, financial independence, whatever you want to call it, ain't going to fall out of the sky and hit you on top of the head. I promise you that. So you're sitting around here waiting like somebody going to do something for you, give you something. Listen, man, you're going to be waiting for a long time. Nobody ain't going to give you anything. Nobody going to save you. You got to save yourself. And I've just given you the blueprint to save yourself. Now, whether you want to listen to that blueprint or not, that's on you. But I'm telling you, you can't say you don't know, because now you know. Now you know. Again, guys, hit that thumbs up button for me. Please, if you're just tapping into the live, if you're watching this as a video later on, hit that thumbs up. That greatly helps me and my channel get thrust out to more people so that we can continue growing our community and making a financial difference in people's lives. So please, hit the thumbs up. I really, really would appreciate it. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, smash that like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. And I'm going to catch you on the next live or the next video. Peace.